Hello old friends. So, video 2 in the series of videos that I'm going to be producing to keep you guys informed about my life. Last time I sent out a video to you guys, I got some really good feedback and thank you for that. Most of it was positive and supportive, and so hence I'm doing this again. The video feedback that I got from my wife was interesting. She told me that she thought that my face was actually attractive enough to actually be out there in the world for everybody to see. I find that fantastic that my wife would think that sort of thing about my face. It makes me happier to realize that my wife thinks that I'm actually an attractive person, so that actually makes me feel better. But other people were so positive about the video that I sent out that I even got a subscriber for my YouTube channel, which means I've now got 3 subscribers. It's a bit embarrassing that I've got 3 subscribers because I've actually got 0 videos that actually are publicly viewable on my channel. So that's something I'm going to have to work on. I'll come back to that later. One of the things I can do is actually start making these videos publicly available. So I might have to actually be brave and go and put these videos out there. It will be an advantage for you guys because rather than have to try and chase down a link or something like that, you just simply go to the channel and look at the video, videos on the channel, and then you'll be able to basically choose what to watch and what not to watch and whatever else. It'll be an advantage for me because I won't have to send out an email every time that I load up a new channel, because the video will be just basically up there for everybody to view. So yeah, I'm going to consider my options, think about it over the course of the next week or so, and decide whether I'm actually going to make these videos actually publicly available on the channel or not. Now, if you think I should make them publicly available, there's a comment section at the bottom of the video, and I'd love it if you guys would just go down there and say, hey, yeah, go for it, or don't you dare make yourself publicly available. We cannot possibly do this terrible thing to the world. So yeah, anyway, that's about the feedback from the video. A couple of other items. My wife suggested that I should change the lighting. The lighting that I used last time was just basically the room light. She said it wasn't so good, so I'm trying something a bit different. I did consult with my sister about the best type of lighting to use. Apparently, the best type of lighting is what's called a ring light. I don't know what a ring light is. I'm told it's a circular light with a hole in the middle that you can shine on people's faces. So I've found a light that resembles a ring light. It's a bit dim probably. I've set it up so that it shines on my face. Look, if this sort of lighting looks better than the last set of lighting, yeah, tell me about it. Say what you think. Otherwise, I will keep experimenting until I think I can get it right. Okay, so what I'm doing is taking notes, and so I don't get lost in where I am in my updates, I will probably refer to my notes every now and again. So they're over here. So I've talked about my feedback, about my face. Again, I like talking about my face. It's going to happen a lot. Get used to it. Changing the lighting. Yep, no worries. Doing this again, which I've done already. Yep, cool. No worries. Should I post publicly? Yes. Subscribe. Well, maybe. We'll talk about that. My subscribers being brave. Excellent. So now to get to the point of the video, which is actually talking about my life for this week. So at the start of the week, I did a job application. Now, I didn't really want to do a job application, but one of these things that you have to do when you're in the public service is to make sure that your interest in being promoted is known. This particular job application was not 100% appropriate. It was good for the skill set that I have. It will lead to a promotion, more money, that sort of thing. But it is in locations around the country that I'm not that interested in going to. I like my hometown, I like where I live, my family, all that stuff are here, my friends are in the same state, that's etc, etc. So if I was to go to another state, things would just become so much harder for me, and I'm not sure whether the amount of money that I'd be earning as a result would be worth it. So we'll have to see how that goes. If they do end up offering me the position, then or a position out of that, I'd have to think really carefully. That in mind though, it is really only just for a merit pool. So if I do actually get into the merit pool, it means that at some stage, if the position becomes available, they can reach into the merit pool, pull me out, dust me off, and give me a position somewhere that they've created for some reason over the course of the next year or two, depending on how long this merit pool lasts. So that was that, and I hate doing job applications. I hate doing job applications. Why do I hate doing job applications? Because you have to talk about yourself. Yes, you'd think I'd be good at that, but not really. Not really. I look at the type of work that I do and I go, well, I just do that because I do that. And then I have to actually start thinking about what I do, and it becomes all so much harder. And then I actually have to express it in terms that people like and understand. And then, oh, God, and then I have to kind of like sell myself. I don't really want to sell myself. I just want to be paid for doing as little as possible and use the money I earn in this job to fund my real life, which is, what I do outside of my job. That being said, the current position I'm holding is really good. I really enjoy doing it. This is something that changes over time, and I'll come to that later, but I currently like what I do, and to change that is not really something I'm looking forward to either. However, nothing lasts. Nothing stays the same. And you can't just think that what you're doing right now is going to last ad infinitum in perpetuity. So you do need to be thinking about where you're going to go next and what's going to happen next. So job application, and that took up the earlier part of my week. And then the latter part of my week has been taken up with family matters. Two of the main family matters is a plethora of birthdays. So we've had 2 grandparents. I call them grandparents because they're my children's pet grandparents. They're not my grandparents. Also, they're not actually related to me. They're more related on my wife's side. So that means that they're kind of a bit removed from me. There's a lot more going on there, but let's just say 2 sets of grandparents. So towards the middle of the week, we had 1 grandparent birthday, and so they came to our place to celebrate it there, which was really great. I love that. And it was a really nice little celebration as well. It wasn't big or over the top or anything like that. We just had a few family members come over, and we sat down. We had some snacks and a cake and basically a pleasant little chat. So that was wonderful. My son had his birthday in the last working day of the week, and he celebrated his birthday with a nice family breakfast, and then again the family all came over in the afternoon. However, I missed that bit because at that stage on that day I was looking after my sister, who was going for a medical appointment in the city that I'm in. She had been driven down by my wife the night before from the other end of the state, and she stayed overnight, and then I took her to the medical appointment. Then afterwards I drove her back to the other end of the state and then came back again. So that was basically my day. My day was attending medical appointments for my sister and then driving around the state. So I missed most of my son's birthday. I was home in time for just basically a family dinner, and he had a special meal prepared for him by my wife. So that was really nice. So that was good. The meal was lasagna, salad, and dessert of cheesecake. Yeah, cheesecake was very nice. My wife makes the best cheesecake. She makes really good lasagna too. There's a story there. We'll come back to that another time. Okay, so family and birthdays, and of course we're in the lead up to Christmas. So when I'm not actually attending these birthdays, I'm also trying to work out what I'm going to get for Christmas. So the first day of the weekend was basically spent going around town and sorting out presents for people. I think we've got just about everybody covered off. So for the rest of the lead up to Christmas, which is only a few days away now, there's not much else to be bought. So we will just now go through the process of attending another birthday, which is going to be in a few hours' time, and heading off to get ready for the Christmas, putting up the tree, this, that, all the rest. So yeah, it's just a busy time of year. So did I say another birthday? Yeah, that's, as I said, there was 2 grandparent birthdays. That's the one that's coming up this afternoon, and then there is my son's birthday. So that was 3, and that's 3 in this week, and then we have Christmas. So pretty busy time. Okay, so going back to my notes, let's have a look. I talked about the job application. I talked about birthdays. Oh, my son, yes, he's an adult, and he's even more of an adult now, so good for him. And let's see. Oh, my notes are not working. Nope, they are refreshing. Here we go. Okay, so what else I've been doing this week to fill in time? in terms of fun? Well, I've been watching some TV shows. Two TV shows I've really liked watching are The Mandalorian, which I saw the last episode of this week. My opinion of The Mandalorian is that it was okay. The last episode was okay. It was nice to see that cameo appearance from Luke. It sort of like wrapped up 2 seasons of The Mandalorian's quest of getting Baby Yoda to a Jedi. So I am curious as to what's going to happen in the next series. What they're going to do with the character at that point. He's taken his helmet off. He started showing his face to people. I guess there's the thing where he's got the dark saber now, and technically he could actually vie for the leadership of Mandalore. That could be an interesting plot point. Let's see what happens with that. But for the most part, I've really enjoyed this series of The Mandalorian. So I'm kind of glad about that, which is good because I've been into Star Wars for my entire life. I watched it when it first came out in theaters. It was a driving force that shaped a lot of my thinking about science fiction and how I thought about the world and all that sort of stuff. So, I like these mythologies and these stories do. So I was pleased to see that this episode ended how I would regard as well. There were technical issues with the episode, and there were parts of the episode where I looked at it and I thought, yeah, this is not really working so well for me. But I'm not here to review The Mandalorian. I'm just here to tell you what I've been doing. The other thing I've been watching this week is The Expanse. The first 3 episodes of the 5th series went down, and so I've watched those this week. I liked it. The second episode seemed to be a bit slow. In fact, I'd say the entire series seems to be a bit slow, so I've got a bad feeling that the pace might not pick up, which could be bad because I've heard that maybe the next series is not going to be produced. And if this series is continues on as it has, I can see why. Because people aren't going to stick around for this sort of slow pace. You do need to have a bit of excitement taking place, and you do need to have it a little bit. Yeah, it just seems a bit slow. We'll leave it at that. I'll be interested to see what happens in the next few series. I've read the books. I like the books. I love the books. James S. A. Corey is a fantastic writer, I think, in terms of putting together a world. In terms of his actual craft writing, he's pretty good at that too. I'm not a writer. I can't really say much about it, but I do see his plot lines coming when I'm reading his stories, and he does. What's the best way to describe it? His plots are fairly linear, and there's no real twists to them or anything like that. So I think his greatest strength is in the world building he's doing. He is setting up a world which is very, very solidly based on science. I like that, and I will continue to read his stuff as a result of that. Right, anyway, let's next. We're probably running a bit long here on this video, so I'm going to try and wrap this up fairly quickly now. So I've been thinking about the type of stuff I'm doing for my proposed videos on the Traveller Universe, in particular about the technology of the Traveller Universe. How am I going to go about doing that? I reckon I'll talk more about that in the next video that I produce for you guys, rather than bring it up now, because I've gone on a bit long now. So what I'll do now is wrap this video up and publish it, and let you guys wait till the next one to find out some of my thinking there and what I've been planning on, what I've been doing. Okay, well, until next time, friends. Goodbye.